2 through 8 hours after exposure. Yellow blistering of affected skin may appear later. Eyes. Irritation, pain, swelling, and tearing may occur within 3 through 12 hours. A more severe exposure may cause symptoms within 1 through 2 hours and may also include light sensitivity, severe burns, pain, or blindness lasting up to 10 days. Respiratory tract. Running nose, sneezing, hoarseness, bloody nose, sinus pains, shortness of breath, cough, and cough may occur within 12 to 24 hours of mild exposure and within 2 through 4 hours of severe exposure. Digestive tract, abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, nausea, and vomiting may occur. Showing these signs and symptoms does not necessarily mean that you have been exposed to a blistering agent. These symptoms can also be caused by other conditions. What should I do if I'm exposed to a blistering agent? Reduce your exposure as soon as possible. Leave the affected area where the blistering agent was released. If it is released in an open space, it will spread out rapidly. If it is released within an enclosed space, get fresh air as soon or as fast as you can. People should keep in mind that blistering agents are heavier than air, so vapors will collect in the lower areas. If you have direct contact with the chemical, get the blistering agent off your body to prevent or reduce injury. Quickly remove any clothing that has liquid soap or mustard on it. Immediately wash exposed skin and eyes with plain, clean water. Eyes need to be flushed with water for 5 to 10 minutes. Since affected eyes can become sensitive to light, sunglasses may be worn to protect the eyes. If swallowed, do not induce vomiting. Drink milk, dial 911, explain what has happened, and seek medical attention right away. What is the medical treatment for people exposed to a blistering agent? Supportive medical care is given to victims to minimize the effect of blistering agent exposure. The most important factor are to remove the blistering agent from the body and flush the eyes with water. Is there a medical test to determine whether I have been exposed to a blistering agent? There is no effective medical test to determine whether you have been exposed to a blistering agent. Are there any special risks for children? Children are more vulnerable than adults to the effect of blistering agent. Burns may be more severe and blisters may appear sooner in children. Coughing and vomiting have been reported as early symptoms of exposure to a blistering agent in children. We do not know if exposure causes birth defects or other developmental effects in humans. What are the effects of blistering agents exposed on pets? Pets exposed to a blistering agent are likely to experience similar toxic effects as those experienced by humans. If possible, remove the chemical from your pet or pets with soap and water. Be sure to protect yourself from getting exposed by wearing gloves and protective clothing. Contact either a veterinarian or the ASPCA or the Animal Poison Control Center. Is there anything specific that New Yorkers can do to prepare for a possible chemical terrorist event? Emergency management officials recommend an all-hazard approach to emergency preparedness, which means that one plan can be used for several kinds of emergencies. Creating a household disaster plan, assembling an emergency supply kit, and putting together a bag of supplies that you can grab on the go will provide you with the tools you need for almost any emergency, including a chemical release. And NYCDH says health officials will provide instructions through TV and radio on how best to protect yourself and your loved ones. Where a chemical release occurred in New York City, stay tuned to the news media. Do not immediately rush to the hospital emergency room. You may not be immediately in danger, and hospitals have to treat those who need immediate care. many treatments will be provided in non-hospital settings, such as emergency clinics that will be established in multiple locations through the 5 boroughs. What if fear about terrorism are having a serious impact on my family and work life? After the events of September 11, 2001, it is reasonable for individuals to feel anxious about their personal safety. However, if anxiety stops you from doing things that you would normally do, it might be helpful to speak with a professional counselor. And I believe that it's a strong possibility for some type of chemical disaster to take place inside America. And I believe that if a chemical disaster does take place inside America, that it can happen between the year 2009 and the year 2013. Number one is about bioterrorism. In the year 2002, I had a dream about a bioterrorism event taking place inside the United States. Let us learn how a person can prepare for a bioterrorism incident from studying FEMA, Homeland Security, and from studying CDC emergency readiness documents. FEMA says, biological agents are organisms or toxins that can kill or incapacitate people, livestock, and crops. The 3 basic groups of biological agents that would likely be used as weapons are bacteria, viruses, and toxins. Most biological agents are difficult to grow and maintain. Many break down quickly when exposed to sunlight and other environmental factors, while others, such as anthrax spores, are very long-lived. Biological agents can be dispersed by spraying them into the air, or by infecting animals that carry the disease to humans, and by contaminating food and water. Delivery methods include aerosol. Biological agents are dispersed into the air, forming a fine mist that may drift for miles. Inhaling the agent may cause disease in people or animals. Some diseases are spread by insects and animals, such as fleas, mice, flies, mosquitoes, and livestock. Some pathogen organisms and toxins may persist in food and water supplies. Most microbes can be killed and toxins be activated by cooking food and boiling water. Most microbes are killed by boiling water for 1 minute, but some require longer. Person-to-person spread of an infectious agent is also possible. Humans have been the source of infectious smallpox, plagues, and other viruses. Before a biological attack, the following are guidelines for what you should do to prepare for a biological threat. Check with your doctor to ensure all or suggested immunization are up to date. Children and other adults are particularly vulnerable to biological agents. Consider installing a high-efficiency particle air filter, also known as a HEPA filter, in your furnace returned up. These filters remove particles in the 0.3 to 10 micron range and will filter out most biological agents that may enter your home. If you do not have a central heating or cooling system, a stand-alone portable HEPA filter can be used. Filtration in buildings. Buildings owners and managers should determine the type and level of filtration in their structures and level of protection it provides against biological agents. In the event of a biological attack, public health officials may not immediately be able to provide information on what you should do. It will take time to determine what the illness is, how should it be treated, and who is in danger. Watch television, listen to the radio, or check the internet for official news and information, including signs